Welcome to today's show, Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Burgess, passionate, inspirational speaker, author, poet, and entrepreneur. Good morning, and welcome to Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm delighted that you joined me today. I want to give a big thank you to all of those listening today. And here's a great big shout out to all of you listening all around the world. I'm so delighted and grateful that you tuned in. I sure hope you're enjoying a fabulous day today and that you're having a fantastic week. Because you know what? In the grand song of the universe, life is so precious and it's very, very short. It's short, sweet, and precious. So, I hope you're making a difference in your own life, because when you do, you also make a difference in someone else's life. Now, a lot of folks want to make their life count for something, and they ask me, Dr. Gloria, how do you do that? Well, it's really very simple. Very simple. You make your life count day by day, step by step, moment by moment, every single day, 365, 24/7. That's what Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count is all about. You can learn more about Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count by visiting the Gloria Burgess website. That's GLORIA, B as in boy, URGESS.com. That's the Gloria Burgess website, GLORIABURGESS.com, or by visiting Facebook, and that's facebook.com/DR for Doctor, DRGLORIABURGESS Okay. Now today, I want to talk with you about leading, a topic that is very close to my heart. Specifically, we're going to focus on leading, not just for the sake of leading, but leading to add value. In other words, today's podcast is all about asking yourself, how do I lead so that I can make a difference at work, in my family, and in my other relationships? To help us address this important topic, I have a very special guest on my podcast today, and her name is Hazel Manning. That's right, Hazel Manning. Now, Hazel is a person of influence, a leader in Trinidad and Tobago. She is an expert in helping us understand the importance of leading, not just for the sake of leading, but leading to add value to others. Hazel is deeply passionate about her work, and she's very, very inspiring. She is a leader who makes a difference in her own life and in the lives of so many others in her own country and throughout the world through her work. I met Hazel several years ago. We were both attending a leadership conference in Florida at a beautiful, beautiful place in Orlando. And when I met her and heard her speak so vibrantly and so passionately about her life and her work in her country, she was on fire about it. So I can't wait to tell you more about my friend and colleague, Hazel Manning. As the wife of the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Hazel Manning did a great deal to support youth. For example, one of the things she did was she founded the Self-Esteem Foundation, an organization that raised awareness of issues associated with self-worth among the country's youth. In her role as Minister of Education and Local Government of Trinidad and Tobago, Hazel incorporated self-esteem principles into the mainstream education curriculum and local government training policies to guide youth leadership. To her credit, during her tenure as Minister of Education, a very special poll voted the Ministry of Education as the most productive and influential. That was under Hazel's tenure. For many years, Ms. Manning has devoted herself to working with government agencies, business, nonprofit organizations, and individuals to conceptualize, plan, implement, and evaluate various development projects. In fact, she effectively influenced the education and local government sectors to reform and modernize their structures, systems, and delivery. Now, that's quite an achievement anywhere in the world, right? Hazel is now an independent consultant working in partnership with the John Maxwell team. In fact, that's how I came to meet her, through the John Maxwell team. We affectionately call it the JMT. Now, let me tell you, she is passionately dedicated to developing effective leaders, especially youth leaders in Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and in other developing countries. One of her goals, which I just love, one of her goals is to collaborate with other JMTers, other JMT members, to revolutionize leadership training in Trinidad and Tobago. Hazel Manning has a Bachelor's of Social Science from the University of the West Indies and a certificate in Business Administration from the University of Reading. One of her other passionate pursuits is editing and republishing a book written by her father. This book traces the survival of a group of people called the Americans. This group of people was comprised of former slaves and soldiers. Their survival in Trinidad resulted from their discipline, faith, determination, courage, and positive thinking. You know what? In many ways, these are some of the very same threads that you've heard me talk about on this podcast, right? The themes of faith, hope, perseverance, passion, purpose, and possibility. Now, during my conversation with Hazel, you will hear more about her passions, and you will hear it in her own words. Can I just tell you something? Hazel and I had an amazing conversation. I'm so honored and excited to have this amazing leader, this stateswoman, with us today. This is going to be a fantastic podcast. You don't want to miss a single word. So grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee or a nice cool glass of water and relax in your favorite chair. You're going to want to take notes today. We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. Now, before you hear from our amazing guest today, I just want to take a moment to welcome you. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Dr. Gloria, and this is Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'd like to extend a special welcome to those of you who are joining my show, or if you're joining Talk Network Radio for the very first time. Let me tell you, you are in for a real treat. I'm excited to have you listening in today, and I'm deeply honored that you've allowed me to be part of your day so you can be inspired by ideas and resources to make your life count. Today's program is all about leading to add value to others. Hazel, I just want to welcome you to my show. Thank you for being my guest here.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yes.
I'm very honored to be your guest.
Oh, bless you. Well, the feeling is mutual.
Thank you.
Yes. So if you could maybe start out by telling us who you are and a little bit about Trinidad and Tobago.
I am Hazel Manning. It's a long history of many years in the making.
Yes.
Maybe I start with the fact that I worked with the government for a number of years, maybe over 45 years. At one point in time, I was married to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and he has died. It's been about 2 or 3 years now.
Yes.
And it is in that process of change that I started on my own and developed a company called the Leadership Firm. When he was very ill, he had a stroke, and the doctors and therapists said to me at that point in time, don't be his therapist, be his wife, and get a life of your own.
That's great advice.
It was very, very good advice. He actually helped me to put the company together. And because he was at that time incapacitated, so we worked together. We put the company together. And he actually saw me off and running. He's dead now. And I'm saying all of this to say to you, that's my role, but really who I am someone who is really very thankful for all the experiences I've had, especially in working along with him, that he was Prime Minister. I was also Minister of Education, which is similar to your Secretary of State across there, Secretary of State of Education. And my development at that time really supported a growth that's phenomenal. So that who I am is really someone of worth because of my experiences, wanting to hand over all that I've earned and learned and all the wisdom that I've gathered over the years through coaching to others. So I really want to add value to others, to hold hands and move them through, because I feel so honored to have been given all of this.
Yes.
My God.
Yes. Well, thank you. And, you know, I often ask that question, who are you? And a lot of people just talk about what they do. And so I'm really happy to hear you talk not only about what you do and what you have done, but who you are.
I'm really saying that because of what I have done, it has made me who I am today. If you would ask me that question 10, 20, 30 years ago, I would not have given you the same answer.
Yes.
So that I think the experience and where I am now, and the John Maxwell program has been able to instill in me that I'm someone who and being who that I need to, not do I have, not that I want to, but I need to give back and give back in the way where others too have their potential to be realized and
excellent. All right. I remember when I first met you several years ago, you just, to me, Hazel, you just gave me a sense of being very grounded in who you are and your personhood, and I'm just delighted that we have this connection.
Maybe because of I'm now doing the DISC analysis, and I'm now doing personal behavior and doing the assessment, and for the first time I'm realizing again who I am. And they're talking about I'm high S. Or low S, low S is better than high S.
Yes.
I'm low S. I'm really talking of steady and stable and safe and secure. And I'm saying, but that's what I really have been over the years. That I have always been steady and stable and secure. And that's what my family life has been, and that's what my career has been. So that's who I am. You know, and I'm now maybe a little bit more confident about it because I'm actually doing the professional thing that's guiding me. That, you know, your behavior, your profile says this is who you are.
Excellent. And so for our listeners out there, we'll probably talk a little bit more about DISC later on and demystify a little bit more what DISC is all about. So I am very curious about your country. Could you tell us a little bit about what it's like to live in your country, first of all, and to live in a country that's very intentional about development?
I live in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is the most southern of the Caribbean islands.